What's up, fuckers?
Hey!
How's it going, guys? Another lovely Monday, and here we are.
No guest today.
Yeah.
No
just
Nick
us.
either.
No Nick. It's literally just us.
Nicholas had
No
to go
Cheddar.
work.
Cheddar was here earlier, though, by the way. Cheddar's been missing for about 3 days, but I saw Cheddar today.
In case anybody has forgotten or doesn't know, Cheddar is the cat in the picture on the top of the picture on the podcast page.
Yeah, I love Cheddar.
Yeah.
I don't like cats, but I like Cheddar.
Yeah, it's just a little stray cat that keeps coming up to the porch and we just pet it basically. Not right now because it's like 0 degrees.
I told myself not to feed it. I sat there and looked at it for about 10 minutes one day, fed it. Now it comes back every time, and I love it.
But
It's like the strangest color.
It's like
So it's a mix of like, I'd say it's white, orange, and black, but like it's a good decent amount white and a good decent amount of orange and like smaller amounts of black, and that makes it pretty sweet. And it's a girl. We named it Cheddar Bob first, but then someone came over and told us it was a girl, so we changed its name to Cheddar Barb. We didn't know.
Ignore my silence. I am tweeting out that it's live. Sorry.
Yeah, well.
Probably a good idea just to do that real quick. Anyway, did you ask where did she come about, basically?
I was just talking about like what she looks like and how I fed her that one time. And now she's mine. Well,
Yeah, once you feed a cat, it's not going to go away. I mean, it still likes shit, but it mostly just comes... Actually, I don't think Cheddar comes around like that because you really don't feed her that much.
I mean, I don't feed her a ton, but I let her in sometimes, and I feel like that's what it is. I can't help it.
Hey,
I
we were
feel like
told
even
that
if
your
the
mic
cat
is
were,
echoing
like-
bad, so just make sure you're like... It might be where you're sitting.
What is it?
Hutch said your mic's echoing bad.
I wonder if it is now.
He'll update me in here shortly. For sure.
We'll find out.
Yeah. If it is, he'll move, and it'll be fixed. Let me know, Hutch, if you're listening.
He said, Hutch, if you're listening, please, God, let me know.
But anyway, any exciting news for you on this Monday? Work, anything like that?
Nothing really. I'm just going to work some overtime tomorrow. I'm going to put in this work. I can apply up in... Okay, I can apply up February 16th. That's my 6 months. At that point, I can pull the trigger.
Right.
And what I'm going to try to do, if at all possible, is skip the position right above mine and go for the next one. Because the position right above mine would require me to stay at that position for a year, which is fine, and if I have to, I will. But if I can dodge that whole process...
Then you skip a good 6 months of having to basically...
Well, no, it's not. I'd have to do a year total for
Okay.
that. See him like a whole nother job for a year.
Well, if you didn't skip the other job, would it be 6 months on
If I
that job?
skipped the other job, it'd probably still be a year at that job, but I'd be much happier with that job, and I'd be good to stay for a year, probably.
Okay.
On it, yes, I would be.
Would you stay at the same one? Like
Company?
Yeah, or like the same like location and company, I guess.
Oh, like team?
Like more so, like is it just going to be the same place you go to now? Like you drive
Yes.
to? Okay.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I don't. I really like the place I work at. I really do.
Are you still going to try? Do you think you're still going to try to work at the one in Colorado eventually? Maybe if you go there.
That was Equian. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah,
I don't
you're
know
right.
what my doors are there, but there's McKesson's everywhere as well.
But you're going to try to work at home anyway, right? So
That's the goal.
So if you worked from home, could you like go?
Yeah, my mom works for a company that's based out of Georgia.
Okay.
From home.
Yeah, there's guys like at my job. They like in sales. They're like in Oklahoma and like Texas, and they work for.
And it's like, it has so many upsides for me. I think it's like, most people are like, it's whatever, you can work from home, but I feel like I'd be lazy, blah, blah, blah. Fuck you. One, if you work at 8 a.m., you get up at 7:45 if you want. Two, you don't have to dress really nice. Three, you don't have to drive all the way there and waste gas.
Right.
Four, more than likely, you probably don't want to carry a lunch anyway, so you can make your food at home more. Yeah.
Another thing is like,
Nobody's bothering you. You're not getting sick because of everybody. All that
And then when
shit.
there's downtime, you're just sitting at your job.
Nobody's
just doing
fucking over your back and shit. Like, sounds like a great time to me.
Yeah, doing your work, doing your own thing.
Yeah, and I don't mind doing my
If
work.
you're doing something wrong, they'll tell you. If they need to do something better, they'll tell you.
It is what it is, man.
Why don't you go ahead and explain what your job you do at your job too? That'd be kind of good insight.
I work in a copay assistance program for a drug Like,
well, basically, yeah, but make sure you say what you're allowed to say. I don't know how much you're.
I just help people that are looking help to pay their copay on really expensive medication for multiple sclerosis. So most insurances will make your deductible for that kind of thing really high. So your deductible is going to be $7,000 or $8,000. So they won't pick up anything until you meet $7,000 or $8,000. Well, what we do is we come in and
Is that like the minimum you have to like
before insurance pays a dime,
so like it basically has to have the bill has to cost that much, right? Is that kind of what's like?
or accrue up that much? Let's say $8,000 trips,
Okay.
something like that.
Okay.
But whatever it is, like you got to get up to that deductible amount.
Right.
Well, this medication's really expensive, which is good because it'll help you meet your deductible real quick. But two, you got to pay up until that deductible still. If it's $8,000 or $10,000, that's not affordable.
Right.
So we are in a copay assistance program that will pay that copay, and they'll have a $0 copay. That's it. They have certain requirements to get into the program, but like if you get screened and they say you're in, you're in. And if you make like too much money, let's say you're like more fortunate and you make a lot more money than most of the people on the program do, you'll be in what's like a coupon program.
Mm-hmm.
So where it's like a program that has a cap on it. It'll
Right.
only give you this much money, which is still a
And the
lot.
rest is like it's all up to you, like to
Yeah.
get the money. Okay.
Or another copay program, whatever. But yeah, no, it's kind of cool, but it's like sad when people call you and they've got like a big $5,000 bill and they're freaking out.
Right. Yeah. Then you got like you really get like emotional.
Yeah,
and
and then you
stuff
got to
like
get all the shit and take off and start calling people and try and make it right. And then the longer it takes, they start worrying about you if you're just gonna even call back, because most people don't follow up on that kind of thing. Like it's easy just to work on something for 2 days and not figure it out and be like, damn it, just drop it. But it's fun to kind of follow that kind of thing around. I've had things that just take all week.
Really, just like
I literally
orders.
get to Friday and it's like 3 o'clock and I figured it out. I'm like, yeah.
And you start on Monday and you're like, oh, a new one.
Yeah.
But not really feel bad. For
I
those
enjoy
people.
my job.
Yeah.
I do a lot. Muy. I also worked at Bootleg this weekend.
How was that?
It was fun.
Did you go cater like a wedding?
They're
or
in the
something like
new building. I don't know how many people are exactly listening, but if you're in the Mount Washington area, Bootleg is open. The big building is open. Go eat that shit.
So is that like a sit-in place, or is that just
It's
like
a
a?
sit-in
Okay.
place.
I don't know if it was just like a kitchen that they made for like extra cooking, and then.
No,
just,
it's
okay.
a sit-in place. It's got a menu. You come up and order. It's got like different dishes and stuff. It's nice. We'll go one day.
Okay. So did you like cater this weekend, or did you just go like?
I worked in the store.
Did you,
It
did you
was
work from in the
easy.
store? Or did you go leave? Like, did you like leave and deliver, or did
Nope.
you just work? Okay.
Worked in the store.
Okay.
I did dishes a little bit, but they have a dishwasher now, so I just load stuff onto a plastic thing, push it in there, and close it. It gets done after 45 seconds. I lift it back up, push the thing out, do another one. And then, other than that, I loaded wings and watched smokers and pulled meat off.
I bet you loved it.
I loved it. No, but dude, it is so hard not to just eat everything. All of it's so
Oh
good.
yeah, I'd
Just
be like
sitting
tasting
there.
and sampling everything, just trying new shit. I wouldn't give a damn. I'd be like whatever. I'd give like a
Yeah.
couple wings less on every order.
Dude, like pork chops and stuff. But it's good. It's good stuff. It's hard to get tired of that kind of place because, like, when you have like good plain meat like that.
Dude, their wings are like,
Oh my god.
they're so expensive though. They're like,
Yeah.
what is it, like $2 a wing or something like that?
Oh, I don't know about all that.
It's like 50 for like 25, right? No,
no.
probably $1 a wing, probably, right?
I don't know.
Something like that.
I don't know. I really don't.
Well, anyway, I'm gonna go and let's get to some topics at hand.
The topics at hand. There's evil afoot.
There's evil. Every villain is lemons. But the first one we're gonna talk about is the Covington Catholic like kids that basically were like thrown onto Twitter for like a 30-second little clip, and then basically that's all you got, and then you kind of made your own opinion on it, and then.
And I can be one of those people that was fooled because and not.
No, I was
not
too.
to say-
That kid, like the smirk when you first see him, it makes you. It's one of those kids where you're like, "Are you really like that right now?" Like, but
No, but Celtics are on a run, baby. Okay. I'm sorry.
We'll come back to that later.
Kyrie, 26 points, 10 assists, 3 rebounds. Anyway, so what I initially saw was an even shorter clip than the one I think you're talking about, which was just the snippet of like where they weren't even zoomed out or anything. It was just the kid.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah, all it showed was
really
this,
short.
Yep.
And I was like, God damn. It's like, what is wrong with that dude? If anything, just get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah, and you're wondering, like, why are all these kids, like, surrounding this? It looks like they all came to that drummer, and then, like, they just surrounded him and got in his face, and were like, what the hell?
And that's what you would initially kind of think, honestly.
That's what I thought, too, and the kid smirking is like, why is he smirking?
But, so then, not that I, like, came out and had an opinion on it, but I did in my own head. I was like, damn, fuck those kids. But once it came down to the part where I'd actually was scrolling, saw I think it was like a news station like cover, I don't know, something of that nature that was like had a longer snippet, like they were like, we have the whole thing.
Oh yeah, it was like something like Cincinnati or
something, yeah. And it was like, we have unedited this and this, and so I watched it, and it was long. It was
like 2 minutes, right?
Yeah, it's a couple minutes, but it was, they like kind of were like, the dudes were walking up, like the older dude and like the guy in the front. What's his name?
You mean the guy that led it? The drummer, Nathan Phillips.
Yeah. And like, it wasn't necessarily that they were being like, and I heard like the things at the end that they were saying like about the white people per se, but like, I don't think they were being super like.
Well, so the story with that,
took it as
Nathan Phillips didn't say that.
I know, right?
Okay,
and that's what I'm saying. I think they took that whole thing as like, it was pretty harmless, is what I'm getting at.
Right.
I mean, while things were said that shouldn't have been said, and people were all up in each other's face, I think, unless there was something else I don't know about, I think it ended as well as it could have.
Well, basically, from what I read, and I've seen, like, I watched a couple of videos. I saw an article where some I guess like whoever writes that shit, writes those fucking editorial papers or whatever that were there, but they were like, after watching hours of footage of this fucking confrontation, when it's only like, literally they said they dispersed after 5 minutes. Like, I was like, you watched hours. You probably watched the same one over and over.
Yeah, I probably watched like 50 different angles of the same video.
I watched the same 4 minutes 60 times in a row, and I finally know what's happening. But no, they so basically, like, there's like 4 African American, like, Hebrew Israelites, okay, and they're kind of there. And what happens is I didn't know this till today. The kids were apparently waiting for the bus to leave, and so the like 4 Hebrews walked over and were like saying shit to him, like they were calling them like faggots, and saying like they were basically calling them like child molesting faggots.
The white kids?
Yeah, because it's a Catholic school and everything. And then they were saying like those are future school shooters, all kinds of shit like that. Yeah, fucked up shit. Imagine these kids just like 15, 18 years old, like what in the hell? And they were wearing Make America Great Again hats, but they were talking about how that's crazy. Like just the hat makes people do that. Like say that to them, just like, I mean, I get it to an extent.
And that's probably exactly what it was.
Well, they were talking about like that, like, yeah, it was exactly what it was. You see, they were yelling like that. They were calling that out in the video.
See, and like, I wonder, like, that's what made it look worse, is that kid kind of it felt like that kid was representing, even after watching the whole thing, it felt like he was representing that smirk saying, fuck you.
Yeah. Well, eventually what happened is the kids, he wasn't even like originally in the front. So the drummer guy apparently said that he heard the confrontations and wanted to walk over there and kind of like use his drum as like peace, I guess, and like kind of split the parties.
Like just make it so loud nobody can hear anything.
Like kind of like that's
drown it out.
That's like their culture. They're kind of like that's like a hey, like kind of like doing like their little chant and like kind of like getting the peace out. So they walked over there and got in the middle of it. And then the video, you see him kind of like going through like the kids, and then he sees like the one kid. He's kind of looking around like his buddies, and he's kind of laughing. Like people have that on Twitter a lot, a picture of him laughing.
Right.
But really, like you don't know if he's talking to his buddies, just like kind of going like when you're in high school.
Could have been anything.
Yeah, he could have been saying a joke already. He could have been talking about. He could have been like just already talking about something else, and then he walks up and he's just kind of like, what the hell?
He could like it
you don't know
literally
anything, literally at all.
Yeah.
But
but it also could have been that.
Yes.
But
then the guy walks up and he's like literally like an inch from this kid's face hitting this drum. And the kid said he smiled mostly because he didn't know what to do. This guy's right in his face. He didn't want to like any confrontation. Yeah. He said he didn't want to like cause any kind of like any signs of anger with him. Like
I don't think he did either. I just like I feel like the guy was kind of like testing his like. I don't know,
dude. Like, imagine being a 17-year-old kid, and then like all of a sudden that's like going to be a big thing in the news, and he's like in the middle of it right there. He's just got swamped, like pulled into it. Yeah, like think of the pressure of that. Like, that's seriously crazy. But and apparently like I didn't like the interview with the Nathan Phillips guy either, because he was like they were chanting "Build that wall," and there's no like audio. In these videos, there's no audio of hearing him say "Build that wall." Him. Also, someone made a good point, and I was reading something on CNN. They were saying like. Honestly, it didn't really make sense for them to say that either, just because like he's a Native American, like he's not like a illegal immigrant. Like I mean,
they're just thinking the whole thing. He just wants to keep everybody out, And I blame Trump for it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna. He promotes that attitude. Like they're not aiming it like. There's a clear wall, and we know which direction it's facing. Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah.
But he's just saying everybody.
I was arguing with somebody. I'm not gonna display who, just because I don't want to. But they were like they were saying if they did say build that wall, what's the big deal? I'm like, if you don't know this person and you're just straight up just see them by looking at their skin, like looking at them and saying build that wall, you're being racist, calling upon what they look like. I mean, that's literally
how blatant. Can you that's literally all you have to base it on.
Yeah,
so how can you say it's not?
Like you don't know that guy was a Vietnam vet, especially if you were saying to him like he was like, I mean, like, I'm not saying anything. He could be like a piece of shit. Who knows? I don't know. Yeah, he could be a good dude. But anyway, I was just saying that doesn't defend who he is. But
who knows?
Either way, that happened. I don't think it should have been blown to so much proportion. And then you like, especially like when people were sending kids like death threats, especially when you're like you don't know anything when you're like even like in high school.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I mean like while it is not like definitely a preferred thing to tell a kid to kill himself, but like it's more so like I feel like those kids were aware enough to know what was about to happen. I feel like they probably just kind of zoned out of that whole thing. I would have made a new Twitter. I would have done the whole shebang.
Yeah, that kid was probably, what the hell just happened? I just became a TV star over. Not a good TV star either.
He's probably got some fans.
Yeah, he probably does.
No lie. I mean, seriously. Yeah, what did he, man? I mean, as far as what I think about the whole thing, my whole point is why does anybody have to oppose anyone? I could give a fuck. Like,
Explain.
My whole thing is, it just sounds corny, but like you could be white, Mexican, black. I have no preference, or they're all the same. We're all
right, exactly, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I've met people that I would assume just based on what they look like, being a whole different color or something of that, like that they wouldn't be anything like me. And I turn out to be more like them than I could even assume. And we didn't even grow up close to like the same, but we grew up in the same way.
Right.
And it's just strange. Like, kind of like Southern people around here that have grown up this way. Like, there's a lot of people that have kind of grown up this way, and it's not just white dudes.
Right, everybody just doesn't matter. It's where you're from. Like, it just like, it's not just like the color. It's just like where you're from and how you grew up.
Like, I swear I've hung out with some of like Dad's buddies.
Right.
And there's this like country ass, like really Indian dude though. But like Middle Eastern. Kinda.
Right.
Yeah. But he's like country as hell. Like
right,
way
yeah.
country.
And sometimes it's better just to get that kind of like background anyway. Like when I talk to like guys at my work, like
you're just a product of what you came from.
Yeah.
Like just be of what you've actually done. Like that's what I say. Like I don't care what you popped out as. That's just whatever.
Right.
That was decided before this. What did you do when you came out? That's what
at the beginning doesn't matter. Just like what you did at the end, like how much you tried or whatever for. Kind of like
more so that you're gonna come out whatever you come out, whatever ethnicity. But that doesn't decide it because you didn't decide your own ethnicity, but you decided how you acted, and that's what you should base it on.
Oh right.
That it makes no sense to just predetermine like I didn't decide to come out white.
Right. Or anyway.
Do I need to automatically be racist towards black? No. And I'm not.
Yeah, most of the time it isn't even like that anymore. Most of the time it's just people just bring it up and it's like, what the hell's the point of bringing it up? Like, I mean, like, it's just really awkward all the time. But anyway,
I mean, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I
mean,
mean
those
like,
papers, by the way. Like
at the end of the day, is there like a... Did anybody kind of get in trouble over that whole...
Over the Covington Catholic thing?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think the school like immediately backed them up and were like, "Hey, this is our students." I don't think they'd be. Yeah, like nobody got really in trouble.
Well, good.
So I don't really know.
I don't think anything should.
It's basically just going to be. I mean, it was good to see like how like quick it can like it's crazy how you can literally see a 30-second clip and you act like literally you know everything about what happened. Like you're like, oh yep, that totally is what happened. Yeah. I mean, it's like you weren't even there. You're just like. We're taking photos. This thing is that like, I mean, even people like photos, literally a snap second, literally a pause moment. They're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy.
Like, I wonder all those pictures of Chris Brown if he's actually hitting those girls. You know what I'm saying? I've seen so many pictures look like he's about to beat the shit out of these girls, and I just don't know if he actually did or not.
He's just doing some wild dance moves, dude. He just flails his body everywhere. He's just, sorry, man, just get the fuck out the way. Chris Brown tornado coming through. But along with this topic though, I also had like a 30-minute argument before I came here over the damn border wall. Fucking. I'm not gonna say this, dude, but I'm not gonna say where this was. It was at my work, but I'm not gonna say who it was. But one of the buddies of mine at work was like, he came in and one of the other guys came to work like 7 a.m. Like literally like an hour early. He comes in every day an hour early just to make sure he gets in before everybody else. Just to kind of like, you know, get in there and go, let me settle into work before I get really into like conversation. Just kind of like, you know. And this guy comes in way early, walks over and goes, hey, how about that government shutdown, huh? Build that wall, right? And he was like, no. Like, and the guy went back to his desk. It was so funny. But I had an argument.
No.
But dude, today, so every time I hear somebody talk about the damn wall, they're like, well, you can come over here, but you need to come legally like everyone else. Like, I mean, like when most of the time the people that are here were born here, like it's just kind of like you got lucky. And then like the process in itself for like being able to like come into the United States at all is kind of like ridiculous. Like,
it's ignorant as fuck. Listen, here's how it works. Most, I'm not even going to say most, but I'm willing to bet that a good portion of the immigrants are people that come over here legally and overstay their visas.
Oh, like the green cards and don't like,
yes.
Yeah.
So, one, they didn't climb over or run or swim or do all this bullshit. They flew over on a plane, a nice plane, or they drove in a car through some of the walls that do already exist.
Right.
And came here and overstayed their visa. 2, where the walls do exist, where people were coming through and trying to run, tunnel systems have been built under there that people can walk through.
Right. And then
people aren't dumb. Ladders, holes, something. Blow a fucking hole in that wall. They're talking about the millions of dollars it would take in just maintenance every year for the wall. And people are like, we can't spend $5 million on this, but we can spend this much on this. Are you shitting me? It's not going to just be $5 million. I just don't see it. Or $5 billion.
5 billion,
sorry.
yeah.
5 million.
Well, over time it'll be more and more and more. Yeah. It'll just
Well,
be
no,
like,
I don't think it's going to be $5 billion straight up.
Also, it's just going to temporarily solve a problem.
The
It's
land
not a big
acquisition
solution.
and plus what you're going to have to take to build it, it's going to be more than $5 billion.
Also, no,
And that's
majority
if it goes right.
Majority of the people that you want to actually keep out aren't coming through the wall.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
willy-nilly. You think they're carrying coke on their back? Just
and a lot of
walking
those drugs that have been like came through here come through like legal checkpoints and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So I mean,
It's laziness, and especially right now, they're talking about if they're that worried about drugs and shit coming through, we would have this fucking fixed because like my grandmother went to Florida, they pushed them through those fucking airports. She said she had stuff that
like
she
basically like they were just sweeping you through just to get you through.
Yes.
Dude, that is scary.
That's
dude.
scary. That's what she said. It was frightening.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I was telling somebody, like, even if you don't build the wall or even have a solution to all, I get that you can't keep stalling, but you gotta be like, okay, if we're not gonna build a wall, then we have to at least have a plan set in where we have to say by next year at this date, and by next year when we do our next like yearly whatever annual roundup or whatever they fucking call it, you have to have fucking like some plan of like what we're going to do by next year. You need to have something that we're going to come to a consensus on, because otherwise
because there are people that haven't got paid since the 11th, so it's 10 days.
800,000 people. So, and then like it's been 30 days shut down.
Ridiculous, man.
But I think it's more so like you got to fix the process, and as much as like you really can't get like.
Well, there's a lot of people living paycheck to paycheck that are getting fucked right now.
Yeah.
Like, what would you do if you just didn't get your paycheck and your mom like needed help or something?
See, one thing, yeah, I know. I don't know what I would do, dude. Seriously, I've never been in a situation where like I was like,
where you're just like fucked.
Yeah.
And they have to be like, sorry, government shut down, and then they're like, but don't get mad at Trump, right? No, I'm a little upset. I would be. Seriously, I just don't see how this makes any sense.
I'm gonna say it's 65 to 75% Donald Trump, 25 to 35% on not letting the wall go through, just to be like, okay, we're not letting these people suffer anymore. We'll build your stupid ass wall. Because $5 billion, and the general consensus of how much you're spending.
First, he asked for $1.5 billion, and they gave it.
Well, actually, first it was gonna be $0 billion, with Mexico paying for the cost of the wall.
Yeah, first Mexico was going to pay for it, and we saw how that went. But then he asked for $1.5 billion, and he got it. And now he's coming back and asking for $3.5 billion more.
Yeah.
What?
I also don't know where that's coming from.
What?
But also, I want to know, like, I haven't looked into this enough. I'm trying to figure out what this is, but I was looking at, like, the government spending from last year. How do we have all this, like, money that's just unreported? Like, 22% of the fucking annual...
See, that's what everybody talks about, all these fucking emails disappearing for Hillary or whatever. All those fucking 22 million Bush emails that are gone, and all this fucking reporting that supposedly was destroyed on 9/11 and all this shit.
Right, yeah.
Just gone. Just all that specifically gone.
See, I agree too.
We didn't make copies. Gone.
Right.
We don't have it in a computer. Gone. Are you stupid?
I
agree. I mean, like,
both.
seriously, now that I'm actually thinking about it, how fucking stupid is that? You don't have a copy. You don't have it in a computer.
I mean, probably intentionally.
Why?
So you can delete it. That's what I'm saying. So if
they didn't make anything.
Well, I mean, I'm saying if you have
they didn't.
If they didn't make anything, then that's probably they were like, okay, let's just make sure we can cover this up, or
that's stupid.
It's either you're dumb or you're covering it up.
You're dumb.
And if you're really that dumb, then what are we doing? I mean, like, really.
You're dumb. You're dumb for not. That's dumb.
Well, even nowadays, I wonder where we're gonna go after it's not like this. Like, all it is right now is just saying, hey, I don't like what they're saying, and they don't like what we're saying, and we're just gonna go back and forth to the end of time until we can get our spot in the House and Senate and get more majority and get the president, Democrat, Republican, and then just take over. It's just going to be...
We've, like, pretty much proven this dude's done illegal shit, and we're just still just like, yeah, we love it. Like, and everybody's like, go Trump. And then the dude, what's that fucking guy's name that's been defending his fucking ass?
Cohen?
I don't know.
You mean his lawyer?
Kind of bigger face fucking dude, and he's like, I didn't say Trump did it. Like, he said, I didn't say Trump specifically, so somebody could have done it. Who knows? Like, and he's like kind of like changing around. Like, he's like, I didn't say this. I think
it's either Mayor Giuliani or it is Michael Cohen, which was his attorney. Let me look up Cohen and see if this is who you're talking about. Is it this guy?
No, he's an older dude.
Older dude? I don't know. But as far as this wall goes, okay. As far as changing the legal system, listen to this, okay. I got some facts for you, Leon. All right. Let me pull this, hand you down a piece of paper. Well, this is also just facts I just whipped up. I mean, obviously. But I'm not no expert on this. But
it is Giuliani.
It was? Okay, yeah. And he was, like, saying today, he, like, pulled back his comments on, like, the Moscow thing where they were saying,
just
like...
fucking stupid. Like, just fucking ignorant shit.
Well, they were talking about, how they needed to go back from, what name? I forgot now.
He's up with them.
Like the Moscow thing where they were building that Trump Tower over there, and they were thinking that might be a collusion between Trump and Russia trying to get business over there and like a deal. And Trump was like, "Oh, well, I'm not sure if that went into the election." He's like, "Nah, numbers, 6,012, 2016. I mean, who knows what year?"
I don't know. And then they're just like, "Merp."
So like the big thing about like getting these green cards. So after doing a little bit of research, okay, on like I got some like decently credible sources, okay, and like so if you get like a green card where like you're getting like a person from like the United States in, okay, like say you already like you have like basically a sibling, a spouse, a like parent or a child in the United States, okay, like they're a legal citizen. You can apply for like
Are you talking about the birth, like the person that has the kid or the spouse, or are you talking about the spouse?
Like
or the
say
kid?
you're my brother, okay. And I live in the United States. You're in Mexico. You can apply for a visa where it's like, hey, my brother lives in the United States. He's already a citizen. Can I go ahead and apply for your citizenship? And then you put in a form, okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And that would take you like up to a year. But that's if you know somebody, okay?
Yeah.
If you know no one, if you come in here like wanting to just work, like you're saying like, okay, I'll come in here and work. You can give me like somewhere to live. You know how long that takes? Every year there's usually like a cap of like 1,000 people.
1,000.
1,000. So... And then if you go
1,000,
yes. So say you're number 1,001,
like everywhere, like
everyone, everything, at least from Mexico. I'm not sure if that's
so. Like, no, I'm talking about a family of 5 all gets accepted. Does that count?
Or there's that many. Does that count
as 5 or 1? A group. So a group of 5 counts as 1.
Like if you got, it's basically like if you got one visa.
Oh,
there's 1,000 of those. Yeah. So like, and then if you're number 1,001, you're number 1 for the next year. If you're number 2001, you're number 1 for the like second year, and it just piles up until you like. You see what I'm saying? And these people gotta wait to get out of hell. What do you think they're gonna do? Do you think they're gonna go?
That's what everybody's like, dude. They should stay over there. Fuck them.
And you know what the average?
It's so ignorant.
Listen to this.
So ignorant, and they don't even fucking know. And I don't even know, and that's what I'm saying. That's the fucking point.
You know how much of Mexico can't like. The amount of Mexico that doesn't make enough money to like live off themselves is like almost 10%. Like 1 out of every 10 people can't afford to live. Like, and that's extreme poverty. They have like poverty levels like 47% are in poverty, like in Mexico. Listen to this: 3% unemployment rate. But guess what their like average income is? Like per month.
What?
$800
a month.
A month, and that's like $700 to get here. Like you have to like pay that much to even like apply. I'm pretty sure. Like, dude, I know there's like it's like every out to where you're like, I mean, how do I get over here? Like seriously, even if you could wait,
like, even how do you pay? That's what I'm saying. They're all talking about, look, let's not let them in. Like, how many are actually?
I know. And I'm like the people that are like, you know what, dude, that's just how it goes. I'm like, what do you mean? You're like, well, I mean,
you didn't pop out of your fucking mother.
I mean, you just, and then like, you're like, well, I mean, we came over here. No, you didn't. I mean, somebody a long time ago did. You just kind of popped out and said, I mean, I did that. No, you didn't.
No,
you didn't do anything. And then I'm like, well, the only one thing that was bad that was said in that like Covington Catholic video was like one kid was like, lands were meant to be stolen. Like, no. You can't just say, like, what? It's still not justifiable.
It's not. He's probably saying that based off history, but that's not the point. Yeah. That many people can fuck up.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can't just, like, just because it happened and just because you live here doesn't mean it's, like, it doesn't mean it's right. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's crazy.
Killed tons of people. Like, Trail of Tears kind of shit, making people, like, just find a new land and go, hey, you live here, but get the fuck out of here.
I don't know.
You can't go home, but you can't stay here. You ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here.
There are people he'll never convince, and after everything he's done, they're still not convinced, and that's it. That's all I got.
Well, I do know some people, like, within
This is the first time I've almost never just didn't have to argue. I could let him just keep opening his fucking stupid mouth.
Well, see, I was talking to Cole, and like, sometimes it's hard to, like, especially now, I can't keep up with all the shit that he passes and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? There's so much. Think of how, like, big the infrastructure of the government is in general. How many, like, departments and, like, infrastructure heads. Got to keep up with all those. I was looking at some of them the other day that, like, you look at, like, the department infrastructure is, like, the head's, like, business, and it's like, what is it? Hopefully they have, like, some, like, smart people that actually know about infrastructure underneath them, like some architects or some shit.
Right.
But, see, I've lost my train of thought.
As far as, like, people thinking about, like, how much he actually has to look over and stuff like that. And how many different actual departments and divisions there are.
I forgot what I was talking about.
Yeah, he's gone. Gone like the wind.
Yep, I'm just gone like the wind. Just like that. But anyway, back to the wall thing. Yeah, I don't know what we're supposed to do about that.
I just think it's fucking stupid. We have a place in the U.S., guys. I don't know if you forgot that needs water. Thanks.
Yeah, I saw somebody post like that. It only costs like people are kind of like. Let me kind of like try to explain this. So someone said it would cost like $5 million to get the Flint water done. It really wouldn't. It would cost like $500 million, but it's still like
it's $55 million.
Yeah. Well, it's not 55 because I looked it up. It's like 500 total. But also, Elon Musk is like donating tons into that. So luckily, I mean, even though we are at least someone
has money and doesn't have any real like that's what I'm saying. He's a guy that he's doing his own thing. He's making cars and shit. Like, where does he? So our president can't play into it or push it.
Oh yeah, you mean like it's not even like his job? Like yeah, he's just donating his own money. Like yeah, he's just
like yeah, that sucks for them here.
Yeah, at least he does do it. Thank God. At least he like tries. You know,
that's what I'm saying. They're talking about Bezos, like how much money he'd have left after fixing that, and then he could pay all these people this crazy amount of money. Like it's just, I just don't understand.
Well, it's crazy. Like, well, it's also the question of how much money do you really need. Like I saw something today. That one like Cortez girl that just got elected into, she's like that like socialist, democratic socialist that got elected in like New York governor or something like that, New York Senate. I can't remember, but she like. Said today that she wants to put like a 70% tax on. So say you made $10 million. Once you make that $10 million first dollar, she wants everything past $10 million for you to get taxed 70%. Which I get where people are like
70's high, but like if it was like 40,
even like 20.
No, 20's 20.
I
get taxed higher than 20.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Dumb, stupid as fuck. And probably that's like.
That's what I'm saying. So like,
yeah, 40 makes more sense. Yeah, I'm kind of duh.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but 70's a lot. But it depends on what the cap is. Like, if it's like $1 billion or a couple $1 billion or some shit, whatever.
Right.
But like, if the cap's real low or whatever it is, like, it's got to be where you have an abundance to where you can take care of shit and take care of your family. Like, that's what I get.
Right.
I get that man's gonna be able to take care of his family down the line for a long fucking time, probably.
Right. You mean like passing down money, like down,
yes.
down, yeah.
And I would love to be able to do something like that. But I don't know. I just don't know how much money people go through. I don't know.
Well, I think
especially
sometimes
when you
like
grow into that kind of thing, because the family behind them is probably going to live in that estate and that kind of thing. Like,
well, the way our government works now and how like business works now,
and I just feel like rolling in.
I just feel like 70% tax on that is like.
I mean, that's kind of
to me. It's kind of like, hey, I did all the work to get this money, and you're just taking all of it. Like that's what it feels like. You know what I'm saying? Like eventually, people are gonna be like, I don't even want to try to do this anymore because at the end of the day, I'm getting taxed 70%. So why would I even try to make a lot more money? Like you know what I'm saying? Like I get like you probably still would.
Well, 30% is better than 0.
Oh, I know. But
I know.
if somebody taxed me 100%, I'd be telling them to go jump off my bridge as fast as they can.
You'd be working for free, Joe.
Yeah. But I'm gonna switch it up a little bit.
Let's
go to a live topic. Let's switch it to sports. I'm talking about some sports shit. I want to get into that gambling stuff. Gambling Stews.
Let's talk about the fucking James Harden onslaught.
Dude, he is going nuts. 35 points a game. Dude, I mean, he is taking a lot of free throws. But did you see what he'd average even if he took out like all his free throws?
What?
It's still almost 26 points a game.
That's it. I don't know. It's just like that team is built around feeding that motherfucker.
Yeah, he's scored his last 3 games. He hasn't had a single shot that's been assisted.
And everybody I get that he shoots a lot, but for that guy to put up the points he does to keep his teams in these games, like to produce the way he does, insane.
He's basically the modern day less athletic Kobe, but except he travels a lot more.
But he can drive.
I think when's it gonna get so ridiculous that the double step back is the most ridiculous, not called travel. Actually, it's not the most ridiculous. I've seen way worse. Like the one like a few years ago where Dwayne waited till like 9 steps at half court. He didn't call anything. They were like, yeah, it's normal. But when is it gonna stop where where is it gonna be the fact where we're gonna get to where it's so ridiculous that last night, what game was that? The pass interference and the
I thought it was at New Orleans.
Yeah.
Somebody.
Yeah. It was New Orleans and the Rams.
Dude.
That is horrible.
They got fucked in that. And, oh, my God. Didn't they just make it where you can tweet the refs, or was that for NBA?
You mean like the refs will tweet out? I think the NFL does it.
You can tweet at the refs.
Oh, you can?
It may have been NBA, but I don't know.
Dude, the refs probably get them. Oh, my God.
They probably are anyway.
I mean, it would probably suck being a ref, but if you're going to be a ref and do the job right, I mean, if you're a ref in an NFL game, you should be able to did you see the pass interference on that got called on Tom Brady? No, this was on this yesterday with the Pats game. So also I got another point about that game, but I'll say that later. So Tom Brady just basically stepped up, threw the ball, and a guy karate chops his shoulder pad over a lineman, and they called roughing the passer. Dude,
karate chops.
Yeah. Literally, he just went.
See, I think for me, you should be able to go back and review almost any play you would like, just real quick, and just to see if it really had an interference, if it impacted the throw.
What sucks though is when would you draw a line where you couldn't review? You know what I'm saying? I think that's why they did the 2-minute thing, because they're like, hey, we can't review everything, because then the game would take years.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It'd have to be quick. I'm talking about somebody offset would have to be watching it as soon as it happens. Then the quickest replay they find, then they have to call it in and be like, dude, it was clean.
Did you guys saw somebody yesterday that was complaining about the NFL's format on how to play overtime games, because both of them were overtime yesterday? Okay, and they were talking about how the Pats and Chiefs game was basically just a slug out because the defense couldn't keep up. Both offenses were pretty high powered, which Mahomes didn't do too good. He was almost 50% passing, but he still threw 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. 3 touchdowns?
3 touchdowns.
Shit.
But,
and they lost?
Yeah. They lost by 6 in overtime. But, dude, they were we can't have basically they were saying the game was decided by a coin toss. Because whoever got the ball first.
They're just score, back and forth.
Well, and I'm pretty sure in the NFL, if you score in the first possession, a touchdown, it's over. The other team can't rebuttal.
Especially, if you think you can keep
especially
scoring,
in it, yeah, exactly. And I'm saying, they were it's unfair because that if the Pats win the toss, they're gonna win because there's no defense. It's we'll play better defense then.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the whole point. You
and what other system is gonna make it better?
You can't just have a fucking badass offense and expect to go out there and win. That's the whole point.
If you play the college way, where you go on the 25 or the 30, wherever they start from, and you just try to score and you each get a possession, then it's gonna be the same thing. You're just gonna score back and forth. Yeah, give me a drink of water, please. Dylan has gotten up and left me by myself. Just rambling on like an idiot. So how's everybody doing today? Huh? What? Anyway, I'm gonna tell a story from my work here. So apparently, it's undisclosed information, but so I learned from a guy at work about like kind of IT hacking a little bit, and he tried to tell me about how kind of companies hackers try to hack into your like main I guess your like work database or work server. Like we don't get it as much as another plant that's like down in Florida, because they're like more like I guess they're like a technology plant, so they get more obviously technology, so they get more hackers. And they have more business.
They're probably dealing with a lot of software and shit.
Yes,
like
exactly.
That,
Yes,
that can be hacked.
They have like military software and stuff like that they like do and everything. But so he said like a hacker will like hack into your like server, okay, and they'll get on somebody's email, and they'll hack your email, or like they're basically you. Mm-hmm. Like when I get an email, it'll say like if your name's Dylan.Silliman at blah, it'll say, or if it's like Dylan.Silliman at eBay.com, okay. Uh-huh. It'll change it to like Dylan.Silliman at CVI. Okay, it'll look real weird. You're like, what the hell? Yeah, you can tell if you like look at the name of the person that sent it to you. You can tell. But like he said, like sometimes you'll get like an email and it'll say like click this for an invoice if you're like a salesperson, and really it's like a bug to like launch into your computer and it'll hack in. Yeah. And then it'll send emails to like, and it'll like well actually once it hacks into your email, it takes all your contact list, and then sends an email out to everyone. So that everyone will open the virus, and then they'll just keep spreading, and then you can just hack into people's servers. It's like they try to do that a bunch, and he was telling me how that's kind of hard to trick out.
Our work sends us those all the time. So like probably once every like 2 or 3 weeks, and you really got to be watching. It'll look like a LinkedIn almost thing or something like that. Right. And it'll say, hey, blankety blank wants you to join this or whatever, and thinks you should because these people joined, and it has pictures and looks like people and has like some kind of McKesson looking stuff, and you're like, oh god. And if you click it, then you'll get an email from McKesson talking about how you got scammed.
Oh my god.
Like how they're like, gotcha.
Was it a test like just to see if you
they do it all the time to everybody. Yeah, and then if you do that, you have to do training.
Oh my god!
So I had to do training one time
because you fell for it, and you're like,
"Well, yeah, I did."
You said, "I'm not going to beat on you."
Yeah,
they got me.
Yeah, it got me, but I know now. I do.
It's kind of crazy what people can do and like get into servers. Like, how do they even like not get detected by like the company? Like, how do you practice that? Like, how does a hacker do shit like that?
That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you make money off that? I mean, how do you know it's going to work? Like, how do you know it's not going to take you 2 years to actually hack somebody, and then you're not getting any money back? Or
there's people that just hack into companies' things, just send them take their money, put it in a bank account, and they'll just bail out.
I don't know. I've watched a video about some like really famous hackers that hacked into like this guy claims he hacked into NASA. Well, I think.
I remember we talked about that.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's so interesting.
Yeah, that's another example. Yeah, like how do people just like get into these big government agency?
Dude, yeah, he got in all kinds of trouble.
Yeah, I got something interesting that you're gonna like. That I just thought of that I forgot to tell you about. So did I tell you about how like AI a while back they had there's some really popular video game where they made an AI that could like beat the best player in the world at it. Like,
was it the one with the two?
I don't remember. Not the Pong. No.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was like some like one of those games that they play today. It's like I think it's League of Legends. Okay, I can't remember.
Sure, wasn't CS:GO.
It's one of those two. That's what I bet it's one of those two.
A bunch of people play Counter-Strike.
But an AI was playing it, and it ended up like beating the #1 player in the world, human, by like 2-0. And then they came back and played the next year. Like I think it was the same one, maybe one up from that one. Beat the #1 guy like 50-0. And then they made another one that beat that one like 100-0. Like they beat the CPU one like that they just played. Yeah, it was beating its ass. I mean, like seriously. And then they made another one recently that's getting even smarter. They had it play with professional poker players.
I saw that.
Dude, that is insane.
Because the same guys like raked out the last one they played, and then when they went to that one, like I think they said I don't know.
They said the first day was like, oh, we're doing pretty good. This is
they
good.
won 1.4,
and then it learned so much that it was over the next day. They said they were just swamped. It's crazy how I don't even know how I don't get how that works. I mean, I kind of do, but like not
either. Like, how does it learn like that?
Yeah. Like, I don't get how. Yeah, like it learns in like micro time.
It's just because it can like store it so much better. Like because like when a 5 and a 4 comes up, it'll be like, well, he fucking bet this much on that.
And I won't forget
that forever. Yeah.
Yeah. And like it'll look like every hand's played, every different outcome that's came up, and like what you've done. Like it's crazier that it can tell when you're bluffing, and they'll bluff at you.
That's what I'm saying. They get better over time, bro.
Yeah, they'll like oh
like
my
a
god,
foxy lady. No.
they're just like, I know what you got.
It's terrible.
Don't act like you don't know. But we got time for a couple more topics, and then I'm probably
to me, it's like kind of devastating that one, you can make it already kind of, not even like one that's already stomping out people, but yeah, we got one that's stomping out people. But two, to stomp out like the best player that like understands the whole logic from it, and then like, well, I mean, I guess they can put basic knowledge into it at first.
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't know if they put it where it's like so basic at first, like you beat its ass like right at the beginning, and then it's like, okay, he paired that up, I can do that.
See, I don't know if it's like, my thing is like,
so does it start off a good player and then get great?
Is it like, does it start off as a CSGO player, like clean slate, doesn't know anything, and then just learns over time and just doesn't forget what it like messed up? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I want to know how like fast they learn, how long it takes for them to learn that, like how long it takes for them to go from 0 to beating the #1 player in the world. Are you looking it up?
Yeah, because I'm kind of interested now. Go Master?
Yeah.
What's Go?
Probably CSGO. It probably was CSGO.
Google's AI beats world Go champion in first of 5 matches. It's like that.
What the fuck? Let me see it. Let me try to...
Like a little board game kind of thinking.
Okay. What the fuck?
Were you thinking it was like a...
Let me look this up.
He said, I want to see no.
I want to see as well.
But it's just kind of interesting to me that they would like kind of pin an AI against another AI.
Let me just look up AI beats world champ. It might have been chess, honestly. Which one did you get on?
I just saw something about some chess grandmasters.
That's possible. Almost there. I got AlphaGo. Did you see that one?
God, dude. Could you imagine just like thinking you're like the shit and getting fucked?
Yeah, I can't find it right now.
So was somebody like getting behind that computer and putting up that much money and saying it would win? And those dudes were doing the same thing, putting up their money saying we can beat it?
Yeah. Like these real dudes were betting against this AI, and the AI was just beating their ass. It was like...
Who put the money for the AI?
Like, who bet for it?
Yeah.
The AI bet for itself. Like, it was like...
Well, how does it... So
I don't know.
But I'm saying, where does the money come from?
Oh, like they probably...
Why does the guy have an incentive to play against the AI?
Like, it's probably like the company probably gives it $20,000. Like, it's probably the company's $20,000.
Was it only $20K?
It wasn't $20K, but that's just an example. But he didn't get $20K. Yeah, that was just me throwing out.
I wonder if the company was like, "Okay, robot, we're gonna give you fucking $50 million. Get after it." Like what?
Yeah. Or
what if they went out there and lost it all?
They probably like have a buy-in, and they probably like buy in for the AI.
But they were up $1.4 million in the first day.
I know. And I say
they had to get big.
I don't know.
I want to watch some of that.
Was
it like on the computer?
I don't know. I just saw it on CNN. I was just looking at the headline of it.
I'm also curious on how that actually gets played out. Whether they're like,
I've been trying to figure out how, like, I know one teaches and one learned or something like that. One teaches how to teach, one it's some weird thing where like AIs, like they have two of them going back and forth, like one's teaching the other one, and then the other one's like teaching the other one how to learn or some weird shit. It's like going back and forth, just like putting information, and they can do it in like 10,000 years of like human life, like human years into like 1 second or some shit.
Oh man, it's just what a time, man.
Yeah.
Especially like those games, like there's certain computer games, like I don't know which. Connor was talking about this game called Black Desert Online.
Right.
I don't really get into it, but it's got like all these button combinations and shit.
Right.
Like especially when you like, I don't know. See, I almost wouldn't like. Can you base it on video games really? Because of reflex time and shit.
Re-elaborate on that.
Okay, so I'm in there playing my computer, and I'm in there playing this AI.
Right.
I turn around to shoot it, and I've got it beat dead to rights. It turns around, though, and it's very accurate and shoots me one bullet in the fucking nose hole. Do I lose? That's what I'm saying. Is it super accurate? Like,
I'm sure. Like, stop on a dime? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's just like, and you'd be like, fuck.
Yeah. it'll learn like over time, like how fast it has to go and how like long it has to like turn, and then it'll stop at the time.
Yeah, that's just unfair.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. Like it. We're eventually. I'm wondering if we're gonna get fucked one day. Like,
well, like it's kind of crazy how good the AI they make in some video games already.
Oh, I know.
Like some of the shit. Like, have you ever played like a racing game with good AI?
No.
It's fucking insane.
Just kicking your ass.
Yeah, beating the shit out of you, and you're like, how the fuck my car's better than their cars?
I haven't played a racing game since like Mario Kart.
Oh god.
It's like the only like racing game I ever played.
I don't know. I've just been trying a lot of random shit lately, trying to keep interested.
I want to play some Rocket League really bad.
We were playing earlier.
Do you want to play later? No, you're going to sleep. Forgot.
Nope, going to bed.
I probably should too. After I
go to bed.
But well, we can choose to talk about this Gillette commercial, but we can also choose to not.
Oh, the Gillette commercial. I mean, I'm pretty.
I'm not really that like mad about it. I'm not mad about it.
I'm not mad either. My thing.
I just want to talk about it.
More so, it's like I feel like some of the situations they decided to bring up. I guess.
Well, I basically just rewatched it and just put down some like jots of like different scenes in it.
It just some of it needed to be better.
Like one of them, like the bullying thing, I fully agree on because I think that causes like I think people don't understand how much bullying probably causes a lot of like shootings and shit that happen. Like I'm sure it does have like a big.
You ever watched the TED Talk about the guy that talked about how he was gonna go be a school shooter?
No.
You ever watched that? It's a little bit weird, and some people are kind of weird about like him talking there. It is weird for a guy to be like, I was gonna shoot a bunch of people, but it's good. Like how at the end he talked about how happy he was, he had kids, and like it was just. It's kind of crazy, and like how much he really got put down, and how somebody that was so much better than him. He said what did it for him was that he acted like it was another day. He didn't act like shit was all fucked up.
What do you mean?
Like even if the other dude wasn't necessarily the best dude, wasn't doing the best shit, was
he
the best person, he was like it's another day. Like he was just treating him as the same as he always did, and that means a lot to people.
Right.
Like that's like me telling you could do anything and I wouldn't care. Like. You know,
right.
And dude was fucking around, and but I don't know. It's strong shit.
Kids are mean, especially when their parents don't give shit about watching them, and then when they don't learn that being mean's wrong. And then you blame the kid at a young age, and it gets all fucked up, and especially like these kids that like get bullied and have nobody. Like when you're like alone and like you have no friends, and then your parents don't like talk to you at all or something like that home life. Like what the fuck? Are you supposed to think about life at all? Like you just think this is shit.
And like a lot of people like don't even think about that kind of shit. At all, because like I didn't necessarily talk to my dad a lot, so like if my mom wasn't home, I was just doing my own thing. It was whatever, and it was fine. We just didn't have much to talk about. Like that's the whole point. Like I think it's more of just like people don't realize that not everybody like talks to their parents a ton, and if they're not talking to people at school, like you said, who are they venting to? Who are they laughing with?
Nobody. If you get made fun of.
Yeah. We don't have to make fun of people to laugh, Joe.
Yeah, you do.
So nobody going to make fun.
Got pay. But the other thing on that commercial, I don't think I really. The one thing I didn't fully agree with was like the comedy one was really weird. Like where like he grabs the maid's butt. Which comedy isn't like that really. Like shows like that aren't like that anymore. Like
it's just more like them saying like you could see something like that in the show and they're like, huh, that's funny, and then like it just kind of goes on, but it's like more in the back of your head. You're kind of like
it happens in like real life kind of thing. Like
not that it happens in real life because it's not like a fucked up thing, but it's like where does he kind of get the right? Like you know what I'm saying? Like
right.
You've only seen it happen 100 times before, and that's why you think it's funny. But if it never had happened, somebody runs up and smacks your ass.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be pissed off kind of thing.
Yeah,
like,
and
it's like a TV show. You're like,
that's what I'm saying. I only saw it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, they played it like that old school kind of guy. Because that's what I'm saying. That's that kind of thing. Like, people are like that. Like, I've seen that before. That whole, like, doing whatever.
Right. Also, the girl in the business meeting. Okay, that one's weird.
Yeah, that one.
That one, you don't know what the context is. Like, I mean, obviously, but the way he says it, you can kind of tell he's like, what she was trying to say is, which obviously you shouldn't do that. Fuck that. But, I mean, like, people can speak for themselves, but what's that say? Good old Snapchat viral student denies mocking. Yeah, I can see it. So what happens when you take the media for what it is? You just never know what it's fact and what's not.
I don't know. Like I said, I try and stay out of it. I don't have any reason to oppose anyone.
Right.
I have nothing.
Don't bother me. I'm not worried about it.
I can't force my opinion or whatever on anybody. I just kind of do my own thing, and everybody leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely have your own opinion about whatever. I'll talk about it. I'm not going to bash your opinion about it, whatever.
That's what I kept seeing tweets about this goddamn Juul. How I could fucking kill somebody over that. Not really, but you know what I'm saying. Like fucking.
Now, who you hurting about? Like, why you gotta like bring it up? Like, why you gotta be like, why
I
you
saw
doing
somebody
that?
saying like, what's better than hitting a Juul for the first time? And somebody said not being fucking addicted to nicotine. Okay, 2. Well, 1. Everyone that went and got it for the most part did not have the thing shoved down their throat. They went and bought it with their money. 2. Those same people probably went and bought refills of pot, so they did it again. 3. Those same people charged it and put effort into it not to fucking lose it, so they liked it. There's no, like, I mean, nicotine's bad, but there's also the same amount of research to say that caffeine's just as bad. And people are cramming sodas.
Well, even if nicotine was bad, like,
sodas.
What's hurting their body by you hitting nicotine?
Nothing.
Like, nothing.
That's another thing. Like, it'd be different if
and
I was
you know well before, like, nicotine's in there, you know that, like, the consequences if it happens. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I signed up for it.
Yeah, you will reap, you will sow if it has to happen. Yeah.
And that's what I'm tired of people being like, well, I chose. Me chose. I picked it up. Me use it daily. I know.
Also, I think I meant you reap what you sow, not you sow.
Yeah, I know.
You ain't got to sow anything.
He said you sow what you reap, man.
Yeah, you sow your clothes up and then you reap them.
Oh, man. But, yeah, final message from me. Fuck you. I like my Juul, K. I love it.
Yeah, if you're smoking Juuls, fuck you. This is from me.
This is me, Joe Hoopy.
I have homework to do, but I'm really not about it.
I'm not doing shit. I'm going to hop off here and go to bed.
Yeah, I kind of want to go. Yeah, that's actually what I'm feeling.
He said, you know what? Homework sounds lousy.
Yeah, homework sounds like not a good time.
But no, that's actually all I got. I appreciate everybody listening. I liked what we talked about. It was fairly interesting. It was something that I actually had like more kind of opinions about. And
right, yeah, it was more like,
more like
topics,
stirring in me. Yeah.
Like stirring stuff on, yeah. Where you can kind of like debate on it and stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm glad we could talk about it.
Well, update for next week, Alvy won't be here.
Yeah.
So we'll probably move up.
We may move up
Kayla and
Jared.
Yeah.
Or another one with us.
Also, upcoming podcast that we may have, Austin Wheeler might be a little guest coming up soon. And Hayden Sweat, attorney at law. Harvey
Attorney at law.
He may be one. And also, my big Joseph said he might, said he wants to hop. Actually, he didn't say he might. He said he's going to hop on.
That would be cool.
So, yeah, so we got 3 good ones coming up, yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah. Guys, check it out. I appreciate it. I'm out of here.
Yep. If you want to inquire about being a guest, feel free to hit us up.
DM.
DM, whatever. Yeah, if you have my number, whatever. If you have Dylan's number, whatever. If you send your mail. If you got the head wig, you want to send some mail. You can do whatever. But that's it from us. Everybody take it easy. We'll see you next week.